All right, today we're going to check out this knife here. This is the AD-15 Lite. Let's get into this.
Please hold.
It's my pleasure to present Jimislash.
Okay, let's jump into this box. Let me show you the specs real quick so you can check them out on your own if you're into that thing. There we go. And I think I opened it from this end here. Let's see here. Yeah. All right. So, here we go. Have a look-see. And have a look-see. Oh, we got some smudge on there. There we go. Right there for the cover shot. Boom. Okay, so we're looking at here. Oh, we're looking at a really good knife here. Check this out. We got 1, 2, 3, about 3.7-ish inches of that AUS 10. The AUS 10A steel. There we go. Feels good in hand. Got AD-15 Lite on that side, not AD-10. Did I call it the AD-10 right there? I can't read. All right, check that out. So here's some differences between this and the AD-15. This has got the Grivix handle, which is a nice hard plastic, and same kind of pivots here. Excellent lanyard hole there. Check that out. Great lanyard hole. Now the bar on this, I believe, is aluminum. Let me show you what I've been doing here. So I got my little magnet here that definitely attaches to the blade, to the pivot, to the clip. So we're going to steel all around, and then not here. So I don't think they use titanium. I'm pretty sure that's aluminum. I couldn't find anywhere for sure, but I'm going to bet a lot of money that's aluminum. All right, put that around. And you got this excellent gripping here. They do this little triangle gripping, or not triangle, but diamond type gripping on here. And it feels really good in the hand right here. And you got a little bit of a choil here. I'm not sure. I think you're good, especially if you got chunky, meaty fingers like me. But right here, I feel very safe just trying to get up here and do a little bit of work. If you got to do some intricate work, like so. All right, of course it's got the scorpion lock. Check that out. So it's got that little bar in there that catches on the blade and then just locks into place with a spring-loaded back end here. And now this, if you haven't played with any of these knives, this is one of the most fidgety knives you're ever gonna have. Now it's super strong. Now I don't know if this one's super strong, but I'm betting it is. If you go check out my video on what we did with the AD-15s, you'll see how that lock works and holds up and whatnot. Now what you're going to do here is, and this is the honest truth, I know a lot of people might say it, but the grip that you put onto this lock gives it extra strength. So if you go watch the video I did, the testing video, and I'll probably test this one here in a little bit, but if you watch the testing video I did, the extra grip you put on the lock makes it that much stronger. Let's see what else we got. We got left, right, tip up compatible. So you're good to go, lefties, and then it's truly ambidextrous. There's no having to get used to a different side. This is just a truly ambidextrous knife. Throw that thing on there. What else we got here? The liners, stainless steel liner, or looks like stainless steel liners. Stainless steel liners that have been stonewashed or something. Check that out. And it just feels good in hand. It's a great work knife. It's a lot of people's favorite Demco type knife. Demco, if you want to talk about the 80s and the 4Maxes and the AD-10s and whatnot, a lot of people really like the AD-15 more than any of the other ones, even the AD-10. Check that out. This is just a really fidgety knife. It just makes you want to sit there and open it. And once you get used to it, let me see if I can do it. You can just close it without even disengaging that. There you go. Super fidgety knife. Let's go ahead and check out some of the different things. Let's see how much this thing weighs. I think it shows on here, but we'll go ahead and look anyways. Have a look see here. Right there. All right, ounces we're looking at 6.17 ounces, not gonna feel super light in your pocket. You're gonna feel this thing in your pocket. It's a monster as far as what most normal people are used to carrying, but it's gonna give you some monster type abilities. Oh, let's go to Europe here for my European friends. 175 grams. So it's not light whatsoever. It's definitely a hard to use kind of work knife feeling, but it feels really, really good in a working position like that. So I'm not going to test it here. I'll do some testing videos later on this thing. Check that out. All right, let's check the pocket clip out, and then I'll let you go get your breakfast or dinner, whenever you're watching this, depending on where you are in the United States or the world. All right, here we go. So you can get this here. Try and slide this in your pocket. You know, for a cold steel knife, that's not bad. That's really good. It's going to stay right there. It's not coming out. And then it's going to slide out of your pocket fairly easily. So not a bad pocket clip. It's got, the thumb studs are a little bit sharp. That's the one thing that I noticed on this one. They're a little bit sharp. If you're not used to these thumb studs, you're going to break in your thumbs with this knife because they got a little bit of an edge to them. Not like they're going to cut you, but they're not super comfortable for people that haven't maybe built up that thumb stud callus that a lot of us have, where we can burn through fire and hot magma. But besides that, that's the one minor complaint I have about this knife is those thumb studs. But that's not, it doesn't hurt me. So don't sit there and call me girly thumbs, you. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. All right, so we got the AUS-10 blade. We got the I like the big thumb studs. These are just a little bit tough on like a newbie finger. The jimping is very nice on this. It's just really useful. It's not ornamental jimping. From here, it's great. From here, it really gives you an extra purchase on that blade. So it's here, it's great. It's here, it's great. I don't mind this. I don't mind the Grivix on this. Now, a lot of people will, but it's got steel liners on there. So I'm not sure what your beef would be with the Grivix. It makes it grippy, does everything G10 would do, and it's not as expensive. Of course, everybody's going to like the left-right compatible there. The aluminum bar here is not going to make a big difference over like the titanium of the customs, but the other AD-10, the actual regular AD-10 with the S35EM blade, that has aluminum as well, so you're not really losing anything there. Check that out one last time. What do y'all think? You're getting these, I think, for what, about $50, $60 cheaper than the actual AD-15s, or maybe even a little bit more, especially if you're not going to go to the retailers. Well, maybe so. Maybe like 60, 70 bucks cheaper. These are what, 135 bucks? What do you think about that price? This is a great knife. Now, you pick this one up and you do the work with it. You're not going to really notice the difference between this and the AD-15. And if you're interested in saving that 70 bucks over S35EN, we've tested Cold Steel's AUS-10, and it's just about impossible to hurt that stuff. I banged into wood, and not just like little bitty pieces of, I'm talking about old, beat up, weathered, nearly petrified 2x4 that's out there that I bang on with my competition chopper. Didn't really do anything to it. Stuff keeps an edge. A lot of people see the AUS in front of the number and they're thinking, well, this is budget steel, it's going to mess up on me. And they've never really tested it, and they really don't know what they're talking about. Don't listen to the naysayers until you get this thing in your hand. Don't listen to the naysayers until you've actually tried out AUS-10. And I'm not talking about just like somebody that's sitting there testing it on something that you don't work with. I'm talking about cardboard. I'm talking about opening things. I'm talking about cutting your meat or slaying dragons or whatever you do with your knife. Try it out, and you'll find the AUS-10 is awesome. I have no problems with the AUS-10 knife. I will take an AUS-10 knife, not over S35EN, but I will take an AUS-10 knife and not feel bad that it doesn't have S35EN. Like the Formax Scout. Holy freak. People, that's such an amazing knife. This is a great knife, and it's kind of in that same idea where you're getting a better deal on a knife that's going to do the same thing that the S35 unit. It's going to do the same exact work for you. Don't get caught up in the knife blade steel craze. If you're looking at these two knives and you say you don't have that extra $75 or $70, or you want to look at this knife and maybe a more inexpensive cold steel that you can get both of them together for the $200 you're going to spend on that AD-10 or AD-15 regular. This knife is going to do everything that the other one's going to do. Now, there's some of you like me, that are just collecting these, that collect these things. Now I use my collection, but I like having them all. I like having the AD-15 one day, the MG AD-15 another day, maybe a Demco custom there. I like the knife. I like the idea of going through them, and it's the same difference as having 10 of the same pair of shoes that you can go through, or 10 shoes that you're going to go through, and they're just different colors, and it makes you happy to have different color shoes. That's all this is a different colored shoe. It's going to do exactly the same thing for you that the regular one is going to do. Now, I've rambled on about that, but it seems a lot lately that folks are getting caught up in the steel, and I don't want you to get caught up in the steel and miss out on a really cool knife. Don't get caught up in the peer pressure of S35 or 20 CV when this thing is going to do everything you need it to do. I'm done with my preaching. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Have you tried this knife out? Do you have the regular AD-15? Do you have the Demcos? What do you think about it? I don't know anybody that's really poo-pooed this knife. Great blade. I'll talk to y'all later.